Good morning, everyone. It's Karen. Welcome to the Morning Hook. I'm your host. And today I have a really fun topic. I was putting together everything for my trip coming up this week. And when I was looking for a particular item that I wanted to bring as a class sample, I found the very first designs I ever published or that I ever sold, and they were published in a magazine. I sold them in December of 1998, and they were published in the magazine Annie's, excuse me, Annie's Crochet to Go in the April, is it April? April, May 2000 issue. So back in those days, it took forever to sell a design and then get it published. These days, it's a little bit faster. It still takes a little bit, but it doesn't take 2 years. Good morning, Linda. It's good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. If I sound funny, I've been sneezing and coughing this morning. My allergies have been through the roof. I've been taking my allergy medicine twice a day as per the allergist because I have been just having all sorts of issues. So I'm hoping that once I get to Memphis, it won't be so bad, but it could turn out to be worse. So I just want to let you know that's why I sound this way. Okay, so anyway, I found the first designs I ever published that were purchased in December of 1998 and published in April, May issue of Annie's Crochet to Go 2000. So 2 years later. And here's the page. This is floral dishcloths. Those were my very first patterns I ever sold to a publisher. It's so funny. I kept them all the ones that were in these small booklets. I kept them in these sheet protectors so I could always have them. And just so you know, back in 1998, when these were purchased, they paid me for all three patterns $375. So that was like a big eye-opening experience for me, being a stay-at-home mom with a brand new newborn. I designed these. Well, I started designing these in July of 1998, just after she was born. I would do it when she was napping and my son was napping. And that's when I made these. So I'm going to show them to you. This, back in those days, we had to, well, we didn't have to, but they recommended that we had finished projects before we shipped them or sent a proposal. So I had to take photographs of these and send them, what yarn I used and everything. So I thought I'd show you all three dishcloths. So this was the this is my daffodil. Couldn't think of the word right now. So this is my daffodil. And then this one is my rose, which has like a pineapple lace type of thing in the back. And then my favorite is the petunia. It's round and has the leaves and then a very basic. Now, as if you know me, my aesthetic has changed. I've gone to my Italian roots. Using worsted weight cotton yarns is not my thing anymore, unless I'm making dishcloths or pot holders or something like that for people. That's not my aesthetic. But when I started designing for Annie's, that was what I did. I don't know that this was my best work either. It was just kind of something that I submitted. But I thought when I pulled out the magazine, I thought I should show you some of the other things that I sold in the early days. That you guys might like to see it. So this was in Hooked on Crochet. What issue is this? Oh, here we go. This is April 2001, and I did this Mother's Day coaster. And if you know anything about back then, it was AOL. It was a big thing, and you'd get discs in the mail all the time. And this has one of those AOL discs in the middle of it. So that was that one. I did a series of these. Here's my fireworks rug, they called it. This one was August of 2020. of 2001. And then I did a third one for them that is, this one is in Crochet Home and Holiday, September 2001, which was a pumpkin. And then I have one more, and I got to find it. Hang on. Here we go. One more mug rug that I did. These all have the CDs in them. This was the Star of David, and this was January 2002. So I did a lot of stuff with worsted cotton. And then here's an afghan I did for Annie's. This was Annie's favorite crochet. This was 2001. And this one, autumn hues. It's hard to see, but there's forest green and navy blue in this one. And then I did this cozy wrap, which is a Ruana style. And this was hooked on crochet 2002, December 2002. And then these are a different publisher. Hang on. I know there's more. Hang on before I go there. Oh, maybe that's all I did in the small magazines. Then I had a lot of different things that I did. A lot of different things that I did. I used to work with Interweave, and here's a scarf I did. There was a cover actually for Interweave, which was exciting to have. I did these mittens, an article on how to crochet mittens. You can kind of see that. That may come back because I have the rights back to all of these. This is my entrelac, crochet entrelac that I did for Annie's way back in the day. I was going to show you a couple other things. I did an article for Interweave on how to build your own bag. I was featured in a local magazine called Mill Creek, a magazine. I lived in Everett, but Mill Creek was kind of adjacent to us. I was literally like up 3 blocks away from what was considered Mill Creek. So that's why they put me in that magazine. I also did a customizing gloves article for them. And some of you might recognize this shawl. This is called, let's see, all-in-one shawl for Interweave, but it is now my ambient shawl. If you follow me on my website, I have a pattern called Ambient. And then I did an article for Interweave on socks, believe it or not. Not that I'm any famous for my socks or anything. So anyway, those are kind of the ones that I've kept over the years. It's kind of fun to go back and look. But I thought I'd show them to you. Does any of you have or had a subscription to Annie's Crochet to Go? Because if you did in the early 2000s, you may have that pattern, or you had it at least, or seen it. So I just thought I'd ask. But I wanted to show you those because I'm kind of proud of those. I mean, even though they're not my best work, they're not what I really do these days. And I keep saying I'm going to frame them along with a copy of the check, because I do have the copy of the check that I've got, and put it up in my office. I just haven't done it yet. And these are what, 28 years old when I sold them 28 years ago. So they're still in good shape. I'm surprised actually that they're white because they were sitting in a bin that's made of solid plastic. So I'm really surprised that they are available. They were still white. So anyway, so I wanted to just show you that if you are interested in designing in any way, shape, or form, just put yourself out there. Those, like I said, as I've grown as a designer over the last 28 years plus, they are, my aesthetic changed. But if you have ideas now, as long as they work for the magazines, go ahead and submit. Don't be afraid, because I did it. And now look at me 28 years later. I love what I do. I don't necessarily submit to magazines anymore, but that's where I got started. So I highly recommend that. I just wanted to remind you all, if you haven't liked or subscribed, go ahead and do that. Hit the bell to be reminded when I go live. One of the things, too, I want to mention is that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are going to be pre-recorded videos. They'll drop at the normal time. So make sure you watch for those. And I will talk to you tomorrow. I do have the live stream up. I believe we're going to talk about all the things I need to do to prepare for an event. So you'll see a lot of the stuff that's going on behind me, and I have some stuff around my desk that already am getting started putting things together. So have a great Monday. I'm so glad you're here. I will see you tomorrow, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, y'all.